Now let me invite Rathiya to present her presentation. Can we have the presentation of Rathiya, please? Rathiya of Saranathan Engineering College.
Have you ever had this moment when you walked into your kitchen and completely forgot why you wanted to go there? Have you ever had those distorted memories of that weird dream about your grandmother and that dinosaur? The things that you remember and all the things you wish you didn't remember. All the things you should have said and all the things you didn't even know you were going to say. Your consciousness that is making life possible. Your mind is the most complicated piece of universe that humans currently know about. The rules that govern it remain mysterious. Maybe our brains are just not complex enough to understand themselves. But that is not going to stop us from trying. My name is Rathiya Angeline and I'm here to talk about the brain and debunk some of the most fascinating aspects of this jelly that we call human brain. If you have ever cried or gotten goosebumps while listening to your favorite song, it's because it is literally changing your brain chemistry. Our relationship with music is a lot deeper than we think. Music has an immensely powerful influence over the brain. You know how for each activity there usually is a dominant hemisphere? While listening to music, people tend to use both the hemispheres more, making them better at lateral thinking and creative problem solving. In the left, you can see the scan of a brain at rest, and right, you can see the scan of the brain while the person is listening to music. You can see the variation. Researchers have shown that our brain waves will resonate with the beat of the music, and that will make your breathing and your heartbeat try to match the beat of the song. Therefore, on a fundamental level, we are all wired to respond to music. Listening to pleasant music or music you really like boosts your brain chemical, which is responsible for good feelings and happiness. Whereas listening to music over 95 decibels can reduce your mental and physical reaction time by 20%. Before I move on to my next slide, I'd like for you to meet my Spartan friend, Leonidas. Do remember his name, because in a few minutes, I will be testing your brain. Our body does a lot of crazy things. Dreaming is definitely a special kind of crazy. No matter how many dreams we've had in our life, once in a while you do wake up like, what was that all about? So what exactly happens while we're sleeping? Do try to stay awake for this one, because it's pretty cool. The science about dreaming did not really exist for most of history. It's because we can't hold a dream. We can't see others dream. 95% of the time, we can't even remember our own dream. Back in the days, it was believed that the dreams that we have are actually our subconscious wishes and desires, which is a bit disturbing considering the fact that I've had quite a few dreams where I have been a serial killer. So does that mean I want to be a serial killer? Maybe, but thankfully that theory was proven wrong. Even today, we have no scientific proof on how or why we dream. But the currently most popular theory states when we're sleeping, the unconscious part of our brain is busy organizing memories, deciding which new experiences need to be remembered and which one can be tossed. All these impulses get detected by our conscious brain, and it doesn't know what it means. So it tries its best to make a cohesive story. This story is your dream. Our dreams are not a primary process with a purpose, but they're an accidental result of a more important process going on behind our conscious brain. Our dreams, apart from being weird and random, actually help regulate the traffic between our experiences, emotions, and memories. Speaking of memories, do you remember my Spartan friend? If you do remember, then at some point during my presentation, you weren't listening to me and were repeating his name in your head consciously or subconsciously to make sure he stayed in your memory. Our memories make us who we are, whether recalling an incident, recognizing loved ones, or something as simple as how to walk, talk, or how to bake a cake. We are nothing without our memories. It is what connects our yesterday with today. If that link breaks, we will be left incapable of embracing our tomorrow. So what is memory? Information that has been stored and in many cases can be recalled, except of course during exams. So how do we make these memories? The information that we receive is at first sent to our short-term memory. Two possible things can happen from here. It can either be sent to your long-term memory or it can decay. For example, someone tells you a phone number and asks you to dial it. You will probably be repeating it in your head over and over till the point that you dial the number. And then that piece of information, you don't need to remember, so it just decays. In other situations, it will be transferred to your long-term memory. Think of your long-term memory as your brain's extremely spacious and durable storage unit containing all of your experiences, skills, and knowledge. Some information we store consciously, like how to prepare for an exam. This comes under explicit memory. And there are some information that we store subconsciously, like how to ride a bicycle, how to tie your shoelace. This is known as implicit memory. Our brain stores information nothing like a digital computer. The way it works is in a network of association. Let's say you had this delicious blackcurrant ice cream in your cousin's wedding. The next time you have the same ice cream, you can almost feel how you felt at the wedding. It's because the ice cream, the taste, its smell, the wedding, the way you felt at the wedding are all interconnected. So just the taste of the ice cream triggers this entire network of memory, hence your emotions. Like how I said memories are important in making us who we are, there's also another factor, and that is our behavior. Every day we read about vicious killers and merciless murderers. So what makes us different from them? Are their brains any different? Back in 2007, a group of scientists studied brain scans of criminal psychopaths, people who typically have no regard for right, wrong, or morality. And what they found was there was a deformation in a part of their brain known as amygdala. So what is amygdala? When you see someone crying, you're automatically overcome with this feeling of empathy. It is because you have a working amygdala, which is considered as the key to empathy and emotions. That explains why the criminals lack these feelings. And when the scientists spoke about human suffering and pain to the subjects, it was like they could hear what they were saying, but they couldn't understand it. Another long-term study was conducted where 1,795 children born in 2 towns were studied from ages 3 to 23. Out of all the children, 137 grew up to become criminals. And when they looked into the records, they found out that most of the 137 showed less fear and empathy at an early age of 3 itself. Normally, acquiring moral behavior is a part of growing up, like learning how to speak and talk. This development progression is universal and is irrespective of where you were born or what kind of culture you grew up in. You may have heard people say that we are all born the same, but that is not completely true. The foundation to our moral behavior is in fact inborn. We do not start our lives with an empty moral slate. Meet Neptune, the blue planet. It is the 4th largest planet in the solar system. It is 4.7 billion kilometers away from us. And we still know answers to questions like, what is it made up of? What is its temperature? What is its mass? Where is it today? Where will it be 10 days from now? Where will it be 10 years from now? And then there's our brain. Over years and years of development in science, 7 billion living ones, and we still don't have answers to questions like, why do we dream? How is our brain so fast? How is information encoded into these tiny little neurons? What is consciousness? What is perception? In spite of our unawareness, I can assure you one thing. Our brain is capable of much more than our conscious mind can even understand. I'd like to end my presentation on a very important note. You can do anything if you put your mind into it. This is not just a mere saying to boost your self-confidence, but an unquestionable truth. The best part about our brain is that we all get to have one for free. And I truly believe that we as young people have a calling to use this mysterious organ of ours in the right use, not just for ourselves, but also for the society. Thank you.